Hey everyone, I'm Clayfect, and today we're going to make something. I don't know, a spirit animal, maybe even my spirit animal. And that's because this video is going to be a bit different than usual. It's going to be more deep, more personal, and have some topics in it that might not be the most cozy topics to talk about. So if you don't feel like getting to know me more than you already do, that's completely fine. I even have an idea. I can make a background noise for you. Yeah, now you have that tone in your head when you press the mute button. There will still be some background sound to the video. You're welcome. But for all of you that want to get to know me a little bit better and want to hear what I have to say, let's get started, guys. So before we get all the nitty and gritty personal stuff, let me tell you what sort of idea I have with this sculpture. You see, in the mythical Japanese folklore, there is this nine-tailed creature, a fox, that just looks amazing to me, and I always felt like it was something that I wanted to do at some point. But since there's a Pokemon that looks pretty much like a nine-tailed fox and it is so prosperous, I think that I want to make my own type of spirit animal, and that is making it own to a fox-wolf-dog hybrid thingy with 9 tails. If you have seen my video with the Hydra, you know I have a thing about 9 apparently. So that is what we're going to do today, while I tell you a little bit more about me. A huge disclaimer though, I am going to talk a bit about mental illness, and it's only seen from my perspective, and I'm talking about my mental illness. Mental illnesses can vary, and the symptom and how you are feeling, if you have any, may not be at all what I am experiencing. I am only talking about what I'm feeling and how I am doing. So please don't come for me. And with that said, here we go. I have been so scared making this video. I've been scared of making videos, in fact, for quite a while now. And that is because I, besides of having sclerosis, also have anxiety and BPD, which stands for borderline personality disorder. And now you might think, oh, she's just afraid that she's not delivering a good enough sculpture, or that her jokes aren't funny enough or something like that, but that's not the case. You see, many people have anxiety. Everybody knows, or most people at least knows, what anxiety is, and it's something you actually can bounce back from. But borderline personality disorder is a whole different field, let me tell ya. For me, having BPD is so much harder because it is so stigmatized. Thanks to young people, they say, oh, I have borderline, don't mess with me, and movies that put the villain and give it a borderline personality disorder. So many people, when you say, oh, I have borderline personality disorder, they just right away go, oh, she's crazy, she's a psychopath, get away from her. And on some level, I do see where people are coming from, because some borderliners do get a little bit unhinged if they are left untreated. I was unhinged when I wasn't in treatment. For those of you who don't know what a borderline personality disorder is, it is different from person to person, of course, but one of the things they have problems with is to regulate their feelings to a normal level and to keep a steady relationship. They don't quite know how BPD occurs, but they think it's a mix of childhood trauma and genetics. And we are not going into my childhood trauma today, guys. But yeah, I have some baggage. But I cannot stress this enough. Every borderline personality disorder is different because everyone has a different personality. And with the right help and support, you can get past this and learn to live with having this illness. Like for me, after all these years of treatment I have been through, I see my BPD more like a golden retriever gene, if I have to be honest. If I'm happy, I am very, very happy. If I'm sad, I'm very, very sad. And if I'm angry, I am very, very angry. And I hate to be left alone. That is pretty much what my BPD is, because often abandonment issues and BPD, they sort of go hand in hand. And don't get me wrong, it can be hard to be with one with borderline personality disorder. I mean, my mom, my stepdad, my friends, poor Mr. Clayfact, they are saints in my eyes. I am so grateful for them because sometimes it is difficult. There is some tough times, I will be honest and say that. I am not an easy person to be with, but again, just as moody and difficult I can be, I can also be just as loving, and I am very, very loyal. So I think I am a good person deep down, but then again, because it is so difficult sometimes to manage my feelings, I have lost many people because of my BPD that simply couldn't handle it. Like my father and my brother, I have no relationship with them. And I don't judge them for not being able to handle being in a relationship with me. I am a bit of a mouthful with my personality and so on. And that is where my fear came in, and that is why I have to make this video for you guys. Because I really don't have a filter, guys. I'm just me. I'm not being professional. My jokes aren't thought through. Everything I say, I don't have a manuscript or anything. I just say what's on my mind every time. I am not an onion. I don't have many layers to me. I'm more like a pancake. Yeah, we are going with the pancake. And that is where my anxiety have kicked in, because I have been so afraid that what if you realized that this is not a persona, this is not something that I put on for a show, but this is me. What if my borderline sort of ruined one of my videos and I sound a little bit too happy or a little bit too sad when I should sound happy, because, like I said, no filter. I have been so afraid that my weirdo ways was going to shine through in the videos too much, while also, of course, being afraid of not delivering a good video and a good figure. So much, in fact. So I made so many eyes for this wolf fox thingy stature, and in my eyes, none of them were good enough. None of them. So I got paint faked to make some eyes for me. And nope, you guessed it, they were still not good enough. And then I got Mr. Clayfact to make me some eyes, and still I just wasn't satisfied with them. I was trying so hard compensating for being me, so I tried to make better and better sculptures. And when I felt like I was failing, then I was not just failing you, but I was failing myself, and oh my god, it was a mess, guys. That is why when we get to the head and you're seeing the head, it looks like I have skipped a few steps, but in fact I have redone a few steps, you can say. But as you already have guessed, I couldn't keep going like this. I was driving myself and my family and friends crazy with my perfectionism and my fear. So how do you beat a fear when the fear is yourself? Well, I don't have a perfect answer for that, but the best answer I could come up with was this video and showing who I am, what I am, and just being completely transparent with you guys, so to speak. All you have been seeing, all you are going to see is just this, me and my sculptures. I'm not a good person, I'm not a bad person, I am just a person. And if I am being too much for you, and you don't like my sculptures, so you want to unsubscribe, that is completely fine by me. We all have different preferences, and I don't like orange, so that's okay. But if I haven't managed to scare you away by now, thank you so much. And to all that are still sort of in the considering phase, come on. Press that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I would be oh so happy. But to be completely honest, I would be happy either way, because there are so many amazing people in this community. I am so very happy. You guys have helped me through more tough times than you know, and have given me so much more self-esteem enough to actually make this video, for instance. So really thank you guys, and I promise you it will be very few, if any, other videos that would be this personal, and I will talk so much about all this other stuff, because that's not why we're here, is it? No, we are here for the sculptures. So while I'm in this long and a little bit tiresome process of making Ninetales, why don't I tell you a bit more about my idea with this sculpture? You see, I also maybe had this little bit childish hope that my video would somehow inspire and help people that has BPD or anxiety to see that you can get past the difficult part, you can actually get to the good part. It is so tough when you're in the process of learning how to live with it, and when you need to learn how to adjust and accept that you are not feeling the way everyone else is. And another YouTuber, Ace of Clay, actually managed with some other mental illnesses to make sculptures that symbolize the struggles they have. But if you ask me, with BPD, it is very difficult to make a sculpture that symbolizes that, simply because it's so diverse. So instead I opted for my version, for an guardian spirit, you can say, for all mental illnesses. And that is why you see me playing around with some wings now that Mr. Clayfek has resin printed for me. Here I'm just testing out what sort of painting technique on some test wings I should use, and I actually end up using a very basic one where I just give it a bit of UV resin to strengthen the wings a bit before I give it a matte varnish. With the wings done, it's time to paint our spirit animal. And I start off with a white base. It's actually quite funny, because if you had asked me when I made this sculpture if it looked any good, or if I was satisfied in any level with it, I will say no, it doesn't have the right look, it's completely wrong, I failed. But now when I look at it, I actually think I did an okay job. With the base down, I went in and started painting some details and gave a dark wash to the eyes and the mouth, simply to give sort of an eyeliner look. in the eyes and to make the mouth stand a little bit more out. I very rarely enjoy painting anything, but this was so subtle. So I loved all the small effects that I could put in, like here you see me put some shadow, before I gave it another layer of white, where it's a very heavy dry brush, simply to make it pop a little bit more, because it's actually a little bit more white than the first one. You can't see it on camera, but there's a difference. And after that I went in with a sort of shiny pearl color, just to give it a bit of a shine in the fur. Now with the paint done and looking great and spirit-like, all we have to do is clean the eyes up before we can finally install the wings, so to speak. Aren't they looking great? I am so happy with them. He really outdid himself, Mr. Clayfake, on this one. And I just think it gives the last flair the sculpture need. But with the wings on, guys, I think that is it for this sculpture and it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and hearing me out. I am actually really happy with how our spirit came out. Now I have to say, maybe this video was really what I needed and therapeutic, so thank you so much. I actually love how subtle this sculpture is. And the wings, I mean, Mr. Clayfake, he just did a fantastic job with the wings, let me tell ya. But with that being said, guys, it's time for me to sign off. I hope to see you next time to a little more fun and cozy video, I promise you that. But if you can wait until next time, why not click on the square to the right? Then you're going to see some small cute yin yang toys get made. It will be fun. I'm playing with resin. But until then, bye!